Hey Jeff, Zach, thanks for joining me. We are talking about artificial intelligence creating demand for office properties. Um, we've seen the tech industry lease about 9.9 million square feet of U.S. office space during the third quarter. That's up from about 8 million in the second quarter. Highest amount since fourth quarter 2021. That's according to CBRE. Um, we're also seeing hiring tick up by by tech companies, and a lot of that has been coming out of AI. And this doesn't even necessarily account for more office space getting taken by like the Alphabet and Microsoft, where AI is just part of what they do, but certainly driving an uptick in some of this demand. Uh, yeah, we've kind of seen this story before. AI is going to save the office, at least in some downtown cores like San Francisco. They've been hurting. You guys' thoughts?
I disagree. AI is a powerful tool, and you're using Office Space at this point to house all of the people that are going to be programming and helping shape and create AI. But at a certain point, AI becomes kind of autonomous, and AI can write AI, and you're going to see probably a lot of these programmers and people disappear, and a lot of downsizing when you don't need that space anymore. So I think it's great in the short term. I think in the longer term, and I think that longer term could be as little as 6 to 12 months, probably more like 24, 36 months or longer, but it could be very quickly. You're going to see the space that they gobbled up is going to be given back.
Yeah, I mean, I might agree. I think a number of years ago, Amazon's Alexa was supposed to come in and completely change the way we schedule calendars and schedule conference rooms, and we've got all Internet of Things, and it was going to change real estate, change home buying, change the way we buy stuff in general, like regular retail products. Maybe it does down. I mean, maybe AI does change that down the line, but I think, like Zach said, it's a great tool, but it's not the end all be all.
Yeah, and I think here's a stat. AI firms backed by VC leased 6 million square feet in the top six markets. I think that's an important thing here because you see these journalists throw this headline of kind of like AI is going to save office. We're really talking about a few urban cores generally, a few office markets that are relatively heavy tech, but we're not talking about most of the country. Um, I mean, to be controversial, I'll take the other side. I think
Huh.
AI is going to be for a while something that is kind of the next big thing in tech that drives some growth, some resurgence in the space. And it's also a thing that requires a level of intensity. And you see this with startups where you really kind of have to have people around each other and working with each other really closely. And that's good for office demand. I think anything you're doing at a venture level that's really an innovative technology um, makes it really hard to be innovative on a remote basis. You can maybe code or you can maybe keep doing some stuff that's standardized, but as far as innovation, and maybe that's the bigger story here. Tech innovation is going to drive some need for office space.
Well,
Because
that I could agree with. I mean, innovation for sure, but I mean, we're talking about AI, and if you've made it this far in the video, kudos to you.
Yeah.
I think that this is more akin to data centers, and we've done a bunch of different news articles about data centers, and there's a big boom when you build them. Once they get up and running, all those people, all those jobs, everything else disappears, and it all kind of falls off, and it kind of, takes care of itself. You might have a couple maintenance people, that's it. And that's kind of the relation that I see here. All the people that move into the market, oh my God, there's going to be a big housing boom. 18 months later, it's a ghost town. And I think that you're going to see a lot or some of that as, you're devil's advocate in favor, I'm devil's advocate against. I think you're going to see the same thing with office. It's going to be a big boom, and then I think it's going to be a big bust.
Well, I think the other side is, maybe nobody's actually considered this, but just take kind of a different route is everybody's considered the idea that we have some sort of infrastructure, both utility and otherwise, that could be a problem. If you start building all of these, data centers where all of this AI is held and managed, you become, I guess let me change that. How do you defend it, right? If you're so reliant upon AI, you're so reliant upon all these things to do all this stuff for you. your defense becomes about defending this and your borders and defending all your data centers. And how do you do that if they're all over the place?
It's interesting.
Yeah, I mean, another thing I would toss
Conversations.
out to kind of
Right.
in your favor of your guys' argument is yeah, there's a lot of venture growth around here. Venture capitalists have a model where they expect most of their startups to fail. There's only going to be so many winners out of this, right? And when the winners start scaling up, it's not necessarily true that these same places they lease space to do startup work is going to be the same places they're leasing space to scale up. Which will keep things interesting, but we might actually see them scale up more in the suburbs or scale up more in places that have better cost economies when it kind of gets to the point of building that big company that's the survivor and winner. Anyhow, it's going to stay interesting. Appreciate you guys' comments, thoughts. If you like the video, give us a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't. Visit selectfincap.com and get on our newsletter list to get a look at exclusive commercial real estate investment opportunities. Thanks a lot, guys.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
Steve.